10-minute call for wireless headsets.
I'm on. Good morning, good morning. Oh, am I on? I can't tell. Oh yeah, I am on. Oh wow, I am on. Good morning, everybody. You're so welcome. Yay! Hey, darling. How are you? Good to see you. Burning Bowl. What are you doing? I'm sorry? I heard it come over the speakers. I heard it come over the speaker. Yeah, you can hear it right now. I'm live. I'm live.
Thank you. Thank you. Let's hear it for our band. Thank you, guys. It's so wonderful to have you here, and it is so wonderful to have you all here. Welcome, everyone, and welcome to everyone joining us on Livestream today. For those of you who don't know me, I'm Reverend Ken Daigle, and this is Joshua Daigle. Hi. He's got his Sunday best on, and he's delighted to be with you here today, too. So today is a special service that we do our annual Burning Bowl ritual. And it's a perfect timing as we're getting ready to celebrate the new year for this opportunity to leave what we want to leave behind, right? So I invite you to get settled into your seats at home and here at Unity San Francisco in our sanctuary. Just take a deep breath as I join our music team to come up as we begin our service, as we always do, with this chant.
I am light, I am light. I am light, I am light. I am not the things my family did. I am not the voices in my head. I am not the pieces of the brokenness inside. I am light. I am light. I am light. I am light. I am light, I am light. I am not the mistakes that I have made, or any of the things that caused me pain. I am not the pieces of the dreams I've left behind. I am light, I am light. I am light, I am light. I am not the color of my eyes. I am not the skin on the outside. I am not my age. I am not my race. My soul inside is all light. Oh, light. I am 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 divinity defined. I am the God on the inside. I am a star shining peace over it all. I am light.
Breathe into that.
Light.
Know the truth of who you are.
I am light. I am light. I am light. I am light. You are light. You are light. We are light. We are light. We are light.
Step into this moment, into this knowing the truth of who we are. Beings of light, beings whole, full, and complete. You're loving. Your presence. Your very existence is a miracle. You are a gift of the universe to the universe. And we are all blessed to know you, to celebrate you, and to be with you. As we lift up this knowing, this peace, this joy, we let go of so much. We let it come up to be released today. We let it be. And so it is. Amen. So this whole month, we have been talking about our 5 unity principles. There are 5 basic unity principles. They were brought together. There's been so many different unity principles, but the 5 basic have been brought together in the 1970s by one of the Fillmore grandchildren, actually. And they go as follows. There is only one presence and one power active in the universe and in my life. God. There's only God. That's the source of all. So if there's only one, our second principle is that we're part of the only thing there is. So each and every one of us are divine. We are an expression of God. And when you approach your life as that truth, that you are an expression of God itself, what choices do you make? When you know who you really are, what will you choose to do? How will you choose to respond when things don't go exactly the way you planned or you thought they should? So you then use your third principle, that our thoughts, our beliefs are creative. That we are creating our reality by what we hold in our mind. That we have the power to shift our experience by shifting our thoughts. And our fourth principle is through prayer and meditation, we align ourselves with the wholeness that is God. That we become more in tune, aligned, and one with that one source. But our fifth principle is my favorite. It's not enough to know this, to be able to recite it, to be able to talk about it with each other. We must put it into practice, all of them. That we must put our feet to the road and to live them in our everyday life. To live them where it's not easy to live them. Yeah. In the face of the crying, the pain, and the discomfort of the world, to be the divine expression the world needs. So for each and every time you do that in your life and in the world, we give thanks. For you are unity in expression. You are the divine in expression. Next slide. Thank you. So we have a lot of different ways to practice that here. Thank you. Oh, I see. Yes. There's a bottle there for him. Thanks. Isn't it really clear that a baby lets you know exactly what they need? Exactly. All the time. And we, as adults, sometimes take on, well, it's not right that I should ask. It's not right that I should expect. It's not appropriate that I get my needs met. Well, phooey on that. It is absolutely appropriate that you get your needs met. One of the greatest teachings I discovered in Unity was when I learned that, yeah, it's all right that you get your needs met. It's all right to ask for them to be met. But just don't expect that they're coming from one place where you think they're going to be met. The universe has an unlimited array of ways of providing what you need. And when we could open to that my needs can be met from the infinite source, all the problems go away. because it doesn't come from where we think sometimes it should come from. So the practice comes into putting it to the test. On Wednesday night this week, we're doing the Om Hour with Reverend Deanne and Reverend Ali. We'll be here and doing chants and meditations and practices to help bring our center closer to our constant state of being. So join us on Wednesday at 7 p.m. for that. And then we have a town hall meeting and tour coming up. I am so excited to share with you all the details we're learning about this possible new building. So it's a church built in 1909. It is on Page Street, right down from the Zen Center between Laguna and Octavia, 240 Page Street. We're going to do a town hall meeting to let you know what our architects have discovered, some drawings that they have. It's an absolutely beautiful space. A bunch of people have already seen it. But after the town hall meeting, then we're then going to go over to the building and tour it so you can see it yourself in person. You can ask any questions you want. We will have whatever answers we have at that point. We are in a due diligence period, a 60-day due diligence period for this building right now, which ends on February 5th. So we have to decide at that point whether we're moving forward or we're going to release this building. So come to the meeting, bring your questions, and we'll let you know everything that's going on. And then, starting on January 20th, on a Sunday, I'm starting the First Steps course again. We started it last November, but there was a lot going on with my life and with other people's lives, so we put it on hold, and we're opening it up for everyone to join us again. It is a way of living in prosperity that will shift your life. So this is a 6-week course, and if you have any questions, see me after the service, and I'll tell you more about it. In your bulletin, you will find a spiritual connection card. It is attached to the side like this. It's a little tear-out flap. I invite you to, right now, to rip it off and to fill out the front. And we ask everyone to fill it out so that we know you're here. It's a way that you can communicate with me or Deanne, even if we don't get to speak to you today. For those of you on live stream, if you're on our website, there's a button right below the live stream that says Spiritual Connection Card. And we invite you to fill that out too, to put your name, your email address, your snail mail address, so that we can be in communication with you when we have events and things going on here. We also ask you to let us know if this is your first time here, if this is the first time you're live streaming, or that you're a member or a regular attendee. And we will get to the back side of the connection card later in the service. I also ask anyone who's here for the first time, I just wanted to say welcome. We're not going to single you out. We're just so glad you're here. If you're here for the first time on live stream, we have a free gift for you here in the lobby if you're here. It's right by the name table, the name badge table. And if you didn't get it, stop by and get it on your way out. And if you have any questions, I'll be glad to talk to you about that too. If you would like that, we can send it to you electronically as well, or snail mail. So fill out the connection card and let us know this is your first time with us. We appreciate that. And now it's time to sing again. I'm not going to sing today, if you can hear it in my voice. I can dance.
He's going to dance and play the tambo.
All right. Where's that tambo? And we're going to have some fun. One of my favorite songs, and I invite you, when you feel it, to join in.
There was a time in my life when I thought I had to do it all by myself. I didn't know the love of God was sufficient. I didn't know the grace of God was at hand. But now I can say, if you are discouraged, struggling to make it through another day, you gotta let it go, let it all go. faith. I release and I let go. I let the Spirit run my life, and my heart is open wide. Yes, I'm only here for God. No more struggles, no more strife. With my faith, I see the light. I am free in the Spirit. Yes, I'm only here for God. I release and I let go. I let the Spirit run my life. My heart is open. I'm only here for God. No more struggles, no more strife. With my faith, I see the light. I am free in the Spirit. Yes, I'm only here for God. Sing! Come on. And my heart is open wide. I'm only here for God. With my faith, I see the light. I am free in the Spirit. Yes, I'm only here for God. I am free in the Spirit. Yes, I'm only here for God.
Happy Sunday, everybody. I invite you to greet each other with a handshake or a hug. Hello, sweetheart. Mwah.
Would you like to?
Oh, yes, I would love to. His bottles. Hey, everybody. Hello, everybody. Welcome back. Thank you. Thank you, guys. So, if you haven't had a chance to hug everybody yet, there will be a wonderful potluck after service today. It's already been set up, and we'll have some great food and hospitality. And for those of you on live stream, you're going to have to come in. We haven't figured out how to do hospitality on live stream yet. So when you can, I invite you to join us here in the sanctuary, and especially on the 5 Sunday months, the 5th Sunday of a month, we do potluck every one of those 4 times a year. So it's a great time to celebrate with us in person. And like I mentioned, today is an important service, but we're also going to have another one that we've done before, but it's been a couple years since we've done it. And 2 of our prayer chaplains, Francine and Errol, are going to lead the animal blessing this January. Now, usually in other faith traditions, you might see this attached to the holiday of St. Francis, because he was renowned to be with one of the animals. But since we don't celebrate saints here, and we decided we could do it anytime because we know we're all saints, right? And all have that innate potential within us, even though we don't act like it all the time. My grandfather used to call me his little angel, sarcastically. He knew the truth, exactly. It was an affirmation. So, yes. Well, no one's going to hear you. Yes. So take the microphone if you're going to do that, Francine, because there's people on live stream.
So please bring your animals if you feel like it. If you have an animal but can't bring it, or the animal is deceased, feel free to bring a photo, and we will bless each animal individually.
Yes. Great. And if you can't physically bring your animal, just because of the logistics, just bring the picture. There's no separation, no distance in God, right? Alive, on the other plane, physically here, or not. Great. Fabulous. Yeah, so on the live stream, you can send us your pictures, and we'll hold your animals in our hearts and in the blessing. So great. You make sure you fill out your card and send us an attachment with your animal picture. Thank you, Deanne. Great. So we're going to invite Misa and the band back up as we begin this next section of our service. So I invite you to just settle in to know this together.
Now I've heard there was a secret chord that David played and it pleased the Lord, but you don't really care for music, do ya? It goes like this: the fourth, the fifth, the minor fall, the major lift, the baffled king composing hallelujah, 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 hallelujah. I took the name in vain. I don't even know the name, but if I did, well, really, what's it to ya? There's a blaze of light in every word. It doesn't matter which you heard, the holy or the broken. Hallelujah, 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 hallelujah. I did my best, it wasn't much. I couldn't feel, so I tried to touch. I've told the truth, I didn't come to fool ya. And even though it all went wrong, I'll stand before the Lord of song with nothing on my tongue but hallelujah, hallelujah. There was a time when you let me know what's really going on below, but now you never show it to me, do ya? And remember when I moved in you, the holy dove was moving too, and every breath we drew was hallelujah, hallelujah, hallelujah.
everybody. So that song for me is sort of what Burning Bowl is all about. I had somebody ask me recently, what exactly does that song mean? And for me, it's about all the ways that we feel broken. It's about all the ways that things go wrong. It's about all the ways that our hearts get just messed with. And yet in the midst of it, it's broken and it's holy. It's hallelujah. And the Hebrew for that means literally to praise God. Hallel, the Hallel, to praise, the song of, sing the song of the divine. And in order to do that, truly do that, we have to be willing to grow and change and evolve and be different. Every day, every moment, that's the invitation. And so, the invitation today, now, is that as we grow and evolve, we have to be willing to let go. We have to be willing to release and to let go of who we are, of who we think we are, of who we're really not. Because that's really the key here. The power of the Burning Bowl ceremony is that it's about letting go of our false understanding of who we are. It's about allowing ourselves to embrace the truth of who we are. So every year at this time, I torture my wife by making her watch several movies every year. Again and again and again. And it's because I love them. I do, I love them. For me, they are what this holiday season is all about. And I have spoken about them before, so but the first one is A Christmas Carol. I watch that every year on Christmas Eve. Nice Jewish girl that I am. And I do that because it is a story about discovering who you truly are. Even after years and decades of Ebenezer Scrooge being encased in his false understanding of who he was and what the world is and how you need to eat or be eaten, and the loss of his sister and how he closed up his heart. And he couldn't even open it again to his nephew because it was too painful. Can anybody in here relate to that? Something is just so painful and you feel your heart close up. And in that final visitation from the ghost of Christmas yet to be, Ebenezer says, are these the things that will be or the things that may be? And what we know in our teaching is that we get to choose in every moment. We get to choose. And throughout that entire story, Ebenezer keeps saying, I'm too old. I'm too set in my ways. I've been doing this for too long. You can't seriously expect that I am going to change. And yet, confronted with his own mortality, confronted with the beauty of it, with the texture of it, with the grace of it, with the power of it, he is able to transform his understanding of himself because he let go, because he released what wasn't true. All the things he thought was true. I have to protect myself. I have to be strong. Money is the only thing that can keep me safe. I can't depend on people. So the invitation today, as we step into our own burning bowl, is for you to step into that same space of redemption. Redemption from all the ways that you're judging yourself. Redemption from all the ways that you think you didn't show up the way you were supposed to have. All the ways you think you failed. all the ways you think you're not enough, all the ways that you have protected and closed your heart off from the very truth of who you are and from the truth of who everyone in this room is. The other movie that I torture my wife with is It's a Wonderful Life. We watch that every year. This year we even watched it twice. She was very upset about that. She was like, but we already watched. I was like, no, we didn't catch all of it. We have to watch the entire thing from start to finish. And George's journey in that movie is just so powerful because he doesn't understand what an impact he makes. He's so caught in what he thinks his dream is supposed to be. He's so caught in the idea of what he thinks his life was supposed to be that he's missing what's right in front of him again and again and again and again. And it's not until he is given this gift of truly seeing what an awful world the world is without him in it that he's able to appreciate and see anew the choices that he made. Can anybody in here relate to that? The judgment that we have on choices that we made, that we don't think that we're doing enough or being enough, that somehow we haven't succeeded, whatever that means to us. So my invitation to you is to burn it. Burn it. Burn it up. You're going to have to be your own Clarence here, right? You're going to have to be your own Clarence. You're going to have to be your own angel. You're going to have to show up for yourself in this meditative process. What is it that you want to let go of? What is it that is holding you back? What is it that you are not seeing that is literally right in front of you, that you don't value until perhaps it's gone? We don't need to wait that long. We can shift that in a moment, in a heartbeat. We can be as silly and as goofy as Ebenezer is in his understanding of truth. When that happens, he's as giddy as a schoolboy. That's what's awaiting each of us. The power to reclaim, the ghost of Christmas past says, your reclamation then. Are you willing to be reclaimed? Are you willing to claim and own and know the wholeness that you truly are? Are you willing to release whatever judgments, whatever resentments, whatever it is you have been carrying through this year, the fear, the lack of forgiveness to yourself and to others? This is the moment to be that raw, to be that vulnerable, to be that open. Because I just want you to look around at each other for a minute and see that we are in this together. That's the beauty of this ceremony, the power of burning bowl. Because I've burned a lot of bowls, you guys. I've burned a lot of bowls on my own. I burned a lot of bowls with people. And I got to tell you that when you're with community and you are standing out there in that garden, silently anchoring for yourself whatever it is that you are offering up, you know that you are being held and contained by others. Specifically, our prayer chaplains are showing up in consciousness. They're going to anchor this entire process for you. They're going to hold that field, that space that is divine love, so that you can truly go deep. You can truly touch that space that wants to be healed, because ultimately that's what Burning Bowl is. An opportunity to heal, to touch, to anoint yourself. And we have to slough it off. We have to step out of the old skin, make way for something new to reveal itself as who you are, as what you are. And yeah, it may feel a little raw, right? Might feel a little raw. And that's okay, because you're held in this container of love. So let's take a breath together. This is our hallelujah. That's what this is, our hallelujah. So Misa is going to be up here with the band, sort of singing and guiding us in. There's going to be a meditation. I'm going to get the business out of the way so that we can focus on the process, right? There's going to be I have a guided meditation for everyone. Inside your program, there is a piece of paper. There should be pens in the front of the chairs in front of you. If you need a program or you need paper, if you feel like you have so much you need to release that paper's not enough, raise your hand and we'll get you some more. So just be willing, right? Just right now, we're just going to be willing to see what arises, willing to see what it is within each of us that is seeking to fall away, that is seeking to be sloughed off. So take a breath with me. And if you want to sing along, Chris, can you put the lyrics up? And let's just get still first so that our writing is coming from that deep place of wisdom.
Let go of the shore and let the water carry you. Let go of the shore, float into the mystery. Let go of the shore and let the water carry you. Let go of the shore, float into the mystery. I have all I need, it's all inside of me. Just close my eyes and breathe and know that I am safe. Let go of the shore and let the water carry you. Let go of the shore, float into the mystery. Let go of the shore and let the water carry you. Let go of the shore, float into the mystery.
So we breathe into this space of the mystery, dropping down, closing our eyes. You don't need to write yet. We'll get there. Allow the wisdom that is the truth of who you are to speak, to guide, to be present. So scan through your life as if you're Clarence, able to show you your life. Scan through your life right now, your relationships, the things that are important to you, your finances, your creativity, your job, your health, your body temple. Scan through how that expresses as your life right now. What is your relationship like with yourself? What is the relationship like with the divine? With others? And what are you seeking to release? What is it that is asking to let go? Any place in your life where you have anxiety or tension or worry or doubt or fear, this is a space, a place that is asking for release. Asking for something to fall away. What don't you need anymore? What may have served you perfectly, magnificently until this moment? And we just hold it in gratitude. Whatever it is that you're releasing, I want you to hold it in gratitude. Gratitude that it got you right here, right now. Gratitude for the love that is. And the willingness to let it go. The willingness to let it go. Let go of the shore. Let go of what you know. And let the water carry you. And so in your own time, I invite you now to write it down. Whatever it is that you no longer wish to carry. If you're watching remotely, there's a link you can press if you're watching from our website. And you can write it down as well, and we will burn it for you once you submit it. What is it that you are letting go of? And in your own time, as you finish writing whatever it is that you are going to be writing, I invite you to head up those stairs and out into the backyard. The prayer chaplains are there to guide you. And in the silence, to release what no longer serves. And you can take your time here. There is no rush.
Livestream, remind the livestream again.
And again, for those of you who are live streaming, if you click on the link, a window will open and you can write it all down. Click send, and we will burn it for you.
centuries unlimited. I am
And as you come back in, if you have burned, just hold that space. Hold that space of release for yourself and for those who are still in the process.
sets us free. There is only love.
And so we take a breath together, anchoring that love, anchoring the release, anchoring the power of our emphatic no, of our saying no, that there is something new. We are making room for something new with our broken and holy hallelujah. We are praising the divinity that we are right now. So I'm going to invite you to stand, if you're willing and able, right now, and to repeat after me. I stand in gratitude for all that has been. I stand in gratitude for all I have been. Gratefully, I release my false beliefs. Thankfully, I let go of my small ideas. They have no power over me. Okay, I didn't believe that. They have no power over me. They have no power over my life. I now fully and completely release all that no longer serves. So call it out. What are you releasing? Let it go. Call it out into the space. Feel that energy shift. Shake it out. Shake it out.
Hallelujah. Sing. Hallelujah. Hallelujah.
And so it is. Amen. Woo. Oh, that was good, huh? All right, we're not done, right? So have a seat. So if the prayer chaplains who I've given the spiritual gift cards to, so we just made room, yes? We made room. So I don't want you walking out with nothing to fill the vacuum with, right? So here in Unity, we have the power and the beauty of what are known as our 12 powers or our 12 spiritual gifts. And so on each of these cards is one of those powers. It will be your power for the year. There is something in this power that is calling to you. Now, it may be one that you're like, oh my, I have no idea what this is. Woohoo, right? It may be one where you're like, what? I already know everything there is to know about this. You think so, huh? So these powers, there's an affirmation on each of the card. We're going to do a whole little affirmative process here, right? But this is the call for you to anchor this power throughout the year. You're anchoring it for yourself, you're anchoring it for this community, and you're anchoring it for the world. Yes? Okay, and then we're going to lock all of this in next week during our White Stone letter writing. Right? Everybody get their letters? Yes, if you wrote one, you got your letter. So, okay, we're doing that next week. But for now, I want you to all go ahead, prayer chaplain. While I'm talking, you should be distributing. Pick one. You're not supposed to look at it beforehand. Oh, yeah. Okay. I did not get zeal. I've had that like 4 times in a row. I think it's time for something new. What do you guys think? So the way this is going to work is, honey, can you go to the next slide? And so each one of these has an affirmation. So we're going to start with the spiritual gift of faith. And what I'm going to do is we're going to go through all 12 powers. I'm going to ask whoever has gotten that power to rise and to stand. I will read the affirmation that goes with that power. Right? Everybody with me? And then the community, each of the people is going to say, yes, I am faith, if that's what you are. And everybody then is going to respond by saying, yes, you are faith. Is everybody with me? Yeah. We're going to go through all of them. So who has faith? Okay, so if you have faith, stand up. So the power of faith. So this is one of our Advent, yes? The power of faith. Faith is how we create. Faith is how we actually make that which is not substantial actually show up in time and in space. Okay? It is the power to create something out of seeming nothing. It is the cornerstone of everything. So can I have the affirmation? The affirmation, I confidently create, activating my divinity in every area of my life. My faith creates my world. So everyone whose faith now says, just say yes. I am faith. Otherwise, we'll be here for 67 years. So let's try that again. It's the first one. Faith is always a little wonky. And then we get it. So you guys say, yes. I am faith. Oh, and I believe that. And we all say, yes, you are faith. Awesome. Who got imagination? Oh, my prayer chaplain's just lit up with imagination. Wow. Okay. All right. Now, the other thing to remember is the reason why we do this so publicly is they're anchoring this for you, too. So if you're struggling with imagination, you can't see it, you can't imagine it, right? Imagination is how we take creating the ideas in our minds, putting together the pictures, the vivid pictures of what it is that we are creating. You can go talk to one of these guys, because they will help you anchor it, because that's their power. So the affirmation is, I joyfully choose my mental images and give form, substance, and beauty to my outer world. And you guys say? Yes. I am. Okay, do that again. Yes. I am. And we all say? Yes. You are imagination. Spiritual gift of understanding. Kate. All right, so the gift of understanding is our power, our capacity to actually see through the illusion of the world, to actually be able to understand what is back of all things, right? So the affirmation is, I am aware of God's presence within and know that all things work for my highest good and the well-being of all life. And everyone who is understanding says? Yes, I am understanding. And we say? Yes, you are understanding. Spiritual gift of will. Where are my wills? Okay, that's hilarious. That is. All right, so the spiritual, and we have Noelle too. Yes? Oh, we have a couple people popped up. Okay. Spiritual gift of will. So this is the capacity within us to be able to discern the difference between our small little egoic will saying, I want it, I want it, I want it, I want it, and that deep divine will that is guiding us and nurturing us and present and accessible in every moment. So the affirmation is, the living spirit of truth guides my way and opens my heart to the loving will of the divine I am. And you guys say?
Yes, I am will.
And we say?
Yes,
You are will. Yeah, you notice how the will people knew what they were? All right, who is the spiritual gift of power? Oh, look at that. Woo! All right. That's great. All right, so power, the spiritual gift of power, Michael too. Spiritual gift of power is the power is the thing that is the power of everything. So power is what activates all the other powers. Power is the thing that generates, that is the movement, the engine of everything that there is. Right? So the affirmation is, I have authority over my emotions and thoughts. I powerfully bring forth divine ideas effortlessly. And you guys say?
Yes, I am power.
And we say, yes, you are power. All right. Spiritual gift of zeal. Who's my spiritual brothers and sisters out there? Diane, Francine. All right. So zeal. I don't know anything about this power. So zeal. What's zeal? So zeal is that enthusiasm. It's the spark. It's the thing that starts something. It's that impetus to create. It's that very first energy. You all know that feeling, right? That you have to have something that kind of jump starts the whole system. So zeal is the thing that gets everything started. So the affirmation, God as me is the power for sustained, enthusiastic action. I willingly do the things that need to be done by me. And you guys say?
Yes, I am zeal.
And we say, yes, you are zeal. Spiritual gift of love. Ah, Vicky. Nusha and Tom, look at that. Spiritual community, and half the community stands up for love, right? All right, so love is the attracting, harmonizing energy of the universe. I'm going to say that again. The attracting, harmonizing energy of the universe. So when we are activating love, we are activating our capacity to harmonize, to call into equilibrium all that there is. So your affirmation is, God as my life loves all the world. I love and live in harmony with all life. And you say,
Yes, I am love.
and we say, yes, you are love. Spiritual gift of wisdom. Where's our wise ones? Oh, look at that. Love it. Jerry, Cherie. So wisdom is that innate wisdom, right? The divine that is speaking through us, as us, that is guiding us always, that is present in everything that we undergo, everything that we step into. That innate sense of knowing, right? From the deepest core. So your affirmation is, the wisdom of the divine I am inspires, directs, and guides me at all times and in all situations. And you say? Yes, I am wisdom. And we say? Yes, you are wisdom. wisdom. Andrew was wisdom too. Spiritual gift of order. Oh, we got 2 over here. Oh yeah, look at that. All right, so we need you guys order, right? Spiritual gift of order. Order is the very essence of everything. It is we call it divine order. Does not mean that somebody has predetermined everything that's happening. In unity, divine order means that there is a creative process of expression, and it always works. It's always there. Mind, idea, expression. It always happens. It's always present. And if you have the capacity of order within you, it means that you acknowledge and anchor that creative process showing up in time and in space. Tatiana's like, no, it's like, yeah, you're going to learn all about it, honey. So your affirmation is, order is the first law of the universe and my life. Divine order now supplies my every need. And you guys say? Yes, I am order. And we say? Yes, you are order. Spiritual gift of strength. Ah, yeah. Where's our strength? Oh, we got 2 strengths back there. I'm going to be living with strength all year. Okay. I didn't get zeal this year, so yeah. I'm still waiting for me. Oh, so strength. Strength is what strength is, yes? It is the undergirding. It is the solid awareness of all that is. It is the capacity to move and to flow from a place of centeredness. So strength is not rigidity. Strength is strength, yes? So there's a fluidness to it. There's the ability to adapt and to move and to be clear all at the same time. So your affirmation is, I am strong in love and light, and I anchor the truth that life is good and all is well. And you guys say? Yes, I am strength. And we say? Yes, you are strength. Oh, spiritual gift of release. Who gets to anchor that for us for the whole year? Ah, oh yeah, Misa. Ah, all right. So we started it today, right? We started it today. You got a whole year's worth of making room, right? Making room, making room, making room. So our affirmation is, I let go of limiting beliefs and self-defeating patterns that no longer serve my highest good. And you guys say? Yes, I am released. And we say, yes, you are released. And you know what? If you attach to any other one of these from the one you picked, you can say you are that too. Spiritual gift of life. That's what I got. Ah, Elizabeth got it too. Okay, Becca, look at that. Constance, Robin. All right. So the spiritual gift of life. Life is life. It is the heartbeat. It is you have power and then life. Does that make sense? First, we need the power to sort of be there, and then the thing that then moves from that is life itself. So our affirmation is, I am transformed by the renewing of the divine life I am. I am vital, creative, and I say yes to life. And we say, yes. I am life. And you guys say? Yes, you are life. Woo! All right. So don't be surprised. What did I miss? Release. It's release. Elimination is release. So if you want to know more about, now the affirmations on your cards are different than the ones I read. So the ones that I read are available online for those of you who are live streaming. so that you can check out all of them online. They are present there. We will have cards again next week for those who show up for Whitestone who may not have gotten one this time. And then we'll move into the Whitestone letter writing. Your power may be your Whitestone word, but maybe it's not, right? We're going to do a meditation and listen. Just know that every year as I anchor whatever power has come up for me, because here's the thing, every single one of these powers is an access point to the divinity that you are. It doesn't matter which one you got, right? It really doesn't, because it's an access point. It's a way for you to dive more deeply and to know yourself more fully. And so that may show up like life is something I know a lot about, but clearly since I got it, I think this is the 3rd time in a row, that means that I don't know enough about it, right? And that's my journey this year, right? How do I say yes to life more fully, more powerfully? So each of you will have a journey with this power, if you choose. So Ken, I'm going to hand it over to you.
Fabulous. Thank you. Let's give Reverend Deanna our gratitude. Whew. Wow. Yeah, that was beautiful. Thank you, Deanne. So now it's our time to go back to our connection cards and back to our spiritual practices. So if you pull out your connection card, Deanne, can I have yours? Seem to have taken mine away. And on the back of your connection card, you'll find some spiritual practices to anchor this for the week. And for those of you on Livestream again, you can click the spiritual practices button. This will come up on your screen and you can send it in to us. It's release what no longer serves, right? That one just keeps coming back and back and back, and forgive what needs to be forgiven. Yeah, that one. Make time to be still and to listen, right? And to affirm my power each day. I invite you to put this somewhere. You'll see it every morning when you wake up, maybe your bathroom mirror, maybe you're on your nightstand, so you see it when you go to sleep and when you get up. And you can get more copies of them, make copies of them, make it your screensaver on your computer or on your phone so that you see this every day and becomes part of your life and your reminder of who you really are and what spiritual practice you're taking on. So I invite you to fill that out, to finish filling out your spiritual connection card, and to put that into the offering basket when it comes around. And now I'm going to talk to you about, this is our last Sunday in the year of manifestation. And what an incredible year it's been for me personally. You've met my new son. But besides that, it's manifested so many things in my life, but also in this community. We've manifested so much in the past year. It's an opportunity for us to sit back and to think about where we started this year and where we're ending it, right? For the whole month of December, we've had an average of 70 people here at every service, which is way up from the year before. But it's not just the numbers that's up. It's the connections between people. It's the involvement with people. It's the live streaming. So we're no longer limited to this physical space. And that shifts us all completely. Next week, we go into 2019 and our century of transformation. In your bulletin, you also got this week our new logo for the century of transformation, because in 2019, Unity San Francisco will be 100 years old. 100 years of this teaching, 100 years of this community, 100 years of people coming together to know the truth and to spread it into the world through their practice of these spiritual teachings. Take that in, right? People we've never known, never met, all joined together 100 years ago to create, nurture, and foster Unity San Francisco. Literally, the chairs you sit on or are a gift of all of those people that came before us. And it also then gets to be the opportunity for what do we want to leave and create for the next 100 years? What is the next 100 years of this spiritual community? What do you see it as? What do you see it growing into? What do you see it fostering and manifesting in the world? And what are you willing to put behind that idea? So in your bulletin and in front of each of your seats, there is our pledge card for the end of this year, asking you to make a spiritual financial gift, because there's no difference between finance and spirit. Can I say that again? Yes. There is no difference between money and spirituality. Do you separate those two? I invite you to rethink that belief that they're somehow separate. We value things and we give our finances to support it. If you value spirituality, I encourage you to look at how do you financially support what you value spiritually. Are you putting your money to your spirituality? And we have an ask at the end of each year to sustain us, but more than to sustain us, to grow us, to literally grow us. In the 5 years I've been here, we have added $150,000 to our annual budgets in 5 years. That's phenomenal, phenomenal. And we have operated in the black for each of the last 5 years. Thank you. Thank you. We did that by investing in our music program, in an associate minister, right? In the staff, in the equipment, in all the things we need to grow. I feel, I am the power of will, that our next step is to step into a more appropriate space for this community. And I ask you to fully commit to that with us, wherever that is, whatever it is. But we have a space that supports us, allows us to grow, and creates community and the change in the world. So I ask you to make a pledge, even if you can't do it today, to pledge what you will give in the coming year or what you will give over time, to make that a reality in this community and in the world. And this is a great opportunity for that. I know I'm all in. My husband and I are all in to this community. We tithe fully and regularly to it. And it has transformed my life. I am honored to serve here. I am fed by each and every one of you. And it has been my greatest catalyst for growth to be part of this community, part of this family, part of this movement. So, as our offering comes around, I ask you to give from that place. If you need an envelope, there's also envelopes that accompany these cards. You can put that in. There's envelopes that have other space for a credit card, or if you're giving cash and you want credit for it, please make sure to write your name legibly. Diane will thank you very much for that, because she's the one who gets to record it in our software every week. And sometimes we have to guess who you are. Yeah, so in the live stream, you also have that opportunity to press the giving and receiving button, and that will come up for you there, and you can press the PayPal button, which is also on our website for everyone else. If you ever need to know, we can just go to our website and press the donate button. So with that, I'm going to invite us to do our offering affirmation. Look around this community, 100 years of community, 100 years of love and support, 100 years of truth teaching. Divine love as me blesses and multiplies all that I joyously give and receive. Can we know that together? Divine love as me blesses and multiplies all that I joyously give and receive.
Today we're going to sing this for ourselves. Sing with me. This bright light of mine, I'm gonna let it shine. This bright light of mine, I'm gonna let it shine. This bright light of mine, I'm gonna let it shine. Let it shine, let it shine, let it shine. Sing it for your children all around the world. I'm gonna let it shine, oh, all around the world. I'm gonna let it shine all around the world. I'm gonna let it shine, let it shine, let it shine, let it shine. Bright light of mine. Bringing Joshua forward. I'm gonna let it shine. This bright light of mine, I'm gonna let it shine. This bright light of mine, I'm gonna let it shine. Let it shine, let it shine, let it shine.
Yay! So I invite us all to bless our inner child. And one of the ways we can do that is clearly illustrated to me by the story that is Joshua. Born with some challenges in his life, born in some less than ideal circumstances. The story, though, is his overcoming. The story is his radiant beauty and health. The story is the miracle of love that he is. Look at that.
Yeah, we're talking about you.
Yeah. And that's true for all of us. The story isn't the problem. The story is the overcoming. So whatever it is from your childhood, whatever it is in your past, whatever it is that is right here, this miracle, the story, the gift is your overcoming of it. And that's what we want to bring forward into the next year. Right? So let's know this together. For all of us and for Joshua. You are God's perfect child. We love you exactly the way you are. Whew. So it is. And so we have lots going on. Thank you to everybody, the prayer chaplains, the ushers, the greeters, the music team, the AV team, everyone who made this service possible, the office staff who did work for weeks to make this possible. Our season of giving and our finances, as I discussed, were a huge success. Going next slide. And our prayer chaplains, if you'd like to pray with them today, they'll be in the prayer chaplain corner praying with you. I also want to make a nod to, we didn't do this last week, but this is pretty gorgeous, right? This is our red carpet. Get your holiday photo now for next year in front of this wreath. I'm going to take one with Joshua after this. So I invite you to use this as your backdrop for next year's holiday photo. So do that. Om Hour on Wednesday next week, White Stones and Letters to the Divine, or From the Divine, both, any way you want to make it. Yes, exactly. Right. Giving and receiving is all one thing. The animal blessing service is Saturday, January 12th at 2 to 3 here in the garden. And the town hall meeting on that next Sunday and the tour of 240 Page Street. All right? So let's close with our usual song, Miss Misa.
In a world full of people, you can lose sight of it all, and the darkness inside you makes you feel so small. But I see your true colors shining through. I see your true colors.
transformational affirmations. I'll say them once and I'll invite you to repeat them after me. I let go of the shore. I release all that no longer serves. I am open to my good. I say yes, I am, and say your power. I say yes, I am life.
And I see my truth.